You are Sir Graham, the bravest and most honorable knight in the troubled realm of Daventry. King Edward the Benevolent, aged ruler of Daventry, has summoned you to the castle for reasons unknown.
Greetings, Sir Graham. The King is expecting you. Allow me to escort you to His Majesty's throne room.
Thank you, Sir Knight.
Raise the portcullis.
I am at your service, my king.
I am an old man, Sir Graham. Perhaps too old to carry the weight of this crown. My bones ache, my hands tremble. I am afraid my time on earth grows short. But enough about me. Great misfortunes have befallen Daventry since the loss years ago of 3 magical treasures. I have chosen you, the finest knight in all of Daventry, to search for these lost treasures. Only then can this kingdom be restored to its former glory. And only then may I rest with the knowledge that my people are safe. The first treasure is a magic mirror that foretells the future. The second is a magical shield that protects the bearer from all mortal harm. The third and last is an enchanted chest that is forever filled with gold. I know that what I ask is difficult, nay, perhaps impossible. The dangers are many, but you are brave and pure of heart. That is why I chose you to volunteer. If you succeed, you will inherit my crown and rule the realm of Daventry as her rightful king. Go, Sir Graham, and know that the fate of Daventry lies in your hands.
Take heart, my king. I shall not fail you.
This rock is less distinctive than the one next. With a small shove, you manage to push the rock a few feet, revealing a shallow hole underneath. You reach into the hole and find an intricately carved dagger. You carefully lift it out, being careful not to cut yourself. This is a fine silver dagger with a very sharp edge. You can't read the runes on the blade, but it appears to be an elfish dagger of great antiquity. After you are in the old bucket, your weight causes it to slowly descend. With unerring aim, the dagger spins through the air and pierces the soft, unprotected skin under the dragon's throat. The beast convulses for a moment, then crashes, lifeless, to the hard cavern floor. You take the magic mirror. Congratulations! As you gaze into the magic mirror, you see a reflection of yourself as king of this land of Daventry. The dragon is dead. He has ceased to be. Bereft of life, he rests in peace. Best to get on with your adventure and forget this sad creature. You leap out of the water and grab the rope.
Gentle Sir Graham, I am your fairy godmother. Your quest is indeed noble. What little aid I can offer you is this protective magic spell, effective for but a short while. I shall be watching over you, Sir Graham.
This is a well-tended carrot patch. The carrots look tempting to a hungry traveler. You pluck a plump orange carrot from the ground. This is the biggest oak tree you've ever seen. Its trunk seems to be about 10 feet around, and the thick, sturdy branches look like they could hold many times your weight. The roots of the colossal oak are entwined among the rocks. Finding plenty of footholds in the coarse bark of the tree, you easily clamber up the trunk to the branches above. Far out on a huge branch, there is a nest. Up here in the tree, the main trunk is bent enough to allow you to walk carefully along its length. The leaves and branches hide the ground from view. You carefully lift the golden egg out of the nest. Oddly enough, this egg has no shell. It's 24 karat gold through and through. An unusual clover glistens in the middle of the patch. You pick a large 4-leaf clover from the patch.
Ye best be careful, young Graham. The mystic protective spell of mine has weakened and departed.
These trees are grotesquely bent and twisted, and the branches seem like they're reaching out to grab you. The path to the front door is lined with little gingerbread boys and girls. This is the most marvelous house you've ever seen. It seems like it's made of a huge gingerbread cupcake with frosting for a roof. There is no answer from inside the house. The witch's bed looks hard and uncomfortable. In contrast to its delightful exterior, the inside of the gingerbread house looks dark and ominous. You grab the note from the table. There is a message written on the note. Sometimes it is wise to think backwards. Off in the distance, you hear a high, squeaky voice.
I can smell someone tasty. I'm going to get my cauldron ready to cook someone for dinner. Yum. After I get the cauldron nice and hot, I'll be ready to have someone for dinner.
This ugly old witch is one of the most hideous sights you have ever seen. Her eyes are dark and evil, and her crooked smile twitches hungrily. She's not to be trusted. You need to get closer, but be careful. With a mighty shove, you courageously push the wicked witch into the pot. Her wild screams are suddenly cut off as she melts away into the oily green slime. Congratulations! As the green liquid is terribly goopy, the fire must have been burning underneath it for quite some time. You take the cheese from the cabinet. Nothing happens. That's the table where the witch eats her food, whatever or whoever that is. The cage is made from strong, thick iron bars. They look a little rusty, but they're solid through and through. The current of this wildly raging river is even more treacherous than it looks. There are more bushes in Daventry than you care to notice. As you start to cross the bridge, a huge, hulking troll stomps into view and blocks your way. This is the ugliest, meanest, nastiest troll you have ever seen, and he's not about to let anybody cross his bridge.
Well, what have we got here? You think you're gonna cross my bridge, do ya? Not for free, you ain't. You're quite the little chatterbox, ain't ya? Well, let me warn ya. These bridges have been in my family for years and years. Nobody, especially not a puny little knight like yourself, has ever passed across one of our bridges without paying our troll toll.
You push the troll as hard as you can. There appears to be some sort of bowl sitting next to the tree. You pick up the bowl. The small bowl feels rather ordinary. You notice inscribed on the inside of this empty ceramic bowl is the word fill. To your astonishment, something begins to bubble up from the bottom of the bowl. Within moments, the bowl is filled with a hot, savory stew. You eat every bite of the delicious stew. It looks like a walnut of some sort. You choose a big, meaty-looking walnut from the bunch scattered around. When you open the walnut, you discover the nut inside is pure gold. Be careful. There's a sorcerer lurking nearby, just waiting. This sorcerer is a man of few words and many dangerous spells. It is an ancient, rusty water pump. The rusty pump doesn't work. It was made from rough, hand-hewn logs long ago. Lately, the upkeep has faltered. There are even holes in the roof. Through the small, paneless window, you see a poor, starving woodcutter and his bedridden wife. An old axe is permanently wedged into the tree stump. The handle has been broken and repaired. The head shows the signs of many sharpenings. The woodcutter speaks to you, his voice broken with sorrow.
We would welcome you to our home, Sir Knight, but we've had no food for so long. My beautiful wife cannot even rise from her bed. I fear she may die soon.
The woodcutter's poor wife appears to be near death. A woman is laying in bed, pale and still. Her husband is seated on the bed, staring blankly at her pale face. If there was something of value in there, the woodcutter and his wife would not be starving to death. You warm your hands by the crackling fire. A large fire burns merrily in the fireplace, providing some warmth in the drafty old cottage. The woodcutter is overwhelmed with joy.
Thank you, Sir Knight. We shall never forget your kindness and generosity. take my fiddle as a small token of our thanks.
The woodcutter's wife is too polite to speak with her mouth full. You play a lively toe-tapping tune on the fiddle. The woodcutter and his wife ignore your fiddling. Perhaps they preferred their own music. Wandering along the banks of the beautiful lake, you see a cute little elf. The elf is impressed by your friendliness and responds by handing you an elegant little ring.
I've had me eye on ye, Sir Graham. Methinks you might enjoy this little trinket. For just a wee bit of time it has the power to make ye invisible. May it give ye as much entertainment as ye has given me this day.
With that, the elf vanishes. Very clever! You tempt the goat with a carrot, and he begins to follow you around. You've made a friend! You had better wait for the goat, or he may not follow you. As you start to cross the bridge, a huge, hulking troll stomps into view and blocks your way. It is a well-known fact that goats hate trolls intensely. You move aside and let the goat take care of this wretched, nasty troll. The goat lowers his head and runs straight for the troll, butting him right off the bridge and into the river below. That's the last you'll see of that troll. This hole, hollowed into the side of the tree, is the entrance to the gnome's home. It's too dark inside to make out any details, and the gnome probably prefers it that way. This is a pile of gold. This is the gnome's spinning wheel. You see a wizened old gnome sitting in front of his house, whittling.
Welcome, Sir Graham. I've been expecting you. I have something that will be of great use to you. But first, Sir Graham, you must answer this riddle. I'll give you 3 guesses. What is my name? That's right! Outstanding! I didn't think you were that clever. As a reward for your sharp intellect, here are some beans. They're no ordinary beans, but it's up to you to find out why. Somebody as smart as yourself should have no problem at all. Well, step over here so I can give them to you. Here you are. Good luck on your quest.
You are holding a handful of small beans. You grab some pebbles. This is a charming little wooded area of the forest. Pine trees and lush grass. You plant the magical beans in the fertile soil. Suddenly, something incredible begins to happen. It is a mighty beanstalk which descends to the ground far below. What a beautiful sight! The clouds stretch out in every direction beyond you. Near the beanstalk, they even seem thick enough to stand on. Thick, puffy clouds can be found everywhere you look up here, as you might expect. These weirdly shaped trees tower over you. The colossal, weirdly shaped trees loom far. There is a small dark hole in the base of this tree, but you need to get closer for a better look. You reach into the hole and find a leather slingshot. The enormous giant has been carrying that heavy chest for longer than he can remember. The giant is in no mood for talking. The giant is lying dead on the ground. Beside him is a sturdy chest. There is a chest near the dead giant. It's easy to take the magic chest from a dead giant. You are dazzled by the countless supply of gold coins spilling from the magic chest. You quickly close the chest. Suddenly, a small dwarf runs out of the shadows and approaches you. This is a heavy oaken door set into the side of the cave. As you reach out to open the door, with a mighty leap, you grab hold of the condor's talons. You pick the mushroom. In the depths of the large hole, you seem to sense a faint green glow. The farther you get from the light, the mustier it becomes. There is a single torch on the wall, illuminating the shadowy cave. The torch is too hot to touch. This is a big, hungry-looking rat with slavering jaws and long, sharp claws. You are standing in a cavern with a wooden door directly across from you. A giant mouse is standing in front of the door.
Hey, I ain't no mouse. Capiche? Hello there, my friend. Are you looking for anything in particular? You wanna pass through my little door here, right? Well, maybe we can work something out. What's it worth to you? Come a little closer. I can't reach it. Cheese, eh? Well, yeah, now that you mention it, I guess I am kinda hungry.
The rat drools at the sight of the cheese and snatches it from your hand. You might want to count your fingers. Oh no! There are 2 leprechaun guards here, and they don't look pleased to see you at all. What are you going to do now? With a genuine 4-leaf clover in your possession, the leprechauns fear and respect you. Rather than risk offending you, they decide to leave you entirely alone. The leprechauns, sensing the power of your 4-leaf clover, begin to vanish. This is the throne room of the Leprechaun King. There is a shield near the throne. The shield is made of titanium and is rimmed with jewels. You take the magic shield. Congratulations! The small hole leads to the outside world. You are much too big to fit through that small hole. You eat the mushroom. Congratulations! You now have all 3 of Daventry's lost treasures. Now, don't waste any time. Bring the treasures straight back to King Edward before it's too late. That's odd. Why aren't the guards at their posts? More curious still, the courtyard is deserted. This area is usually filled with the ladies and lords of the castle. This is highly unusual. You begin to feel deeply disturbed, as if all is not right within the castle. You can faintly hear a commotion in the king's chamber to the west.
There is nothing to be done. Oh, our king's melancholy is too much for us hot to bear. If only Sir Graham had returned with the 3 lost treasures of Daventry.
It's Sir Graham.
He's returned.
Did he find the treasures? Shh. Listen.
Your Highness, I am at your service.
Did you succeed in your quest?
I did, Your Majesty. Here, as you commanded, the magic mirror, the magic shield, and the magic chest.
I'm afraid it is a little too late for me, but you have done superbly, my knight. As I promised, the crown is yours. I know you will serve this kingdom well.
The king is dead. Long live the king!
Long live the king!
And thus ended Sir Graham's quest for the lost treasures of Daventry. Despite the loss of their beloved King Edward, the people of Daventry grew happy and prosperous for years to come. And whenever King Graham looked into his magic mirror, he saw visions of adventures yet to come for him, for his children, and for Daventry, the land he loved so much.